Hey, Roosevelt, it's Mr. Schallert, your reading/testing nerd. And on behalf of Ms. Ellis, your teacher librarian, we want to thank you so much, staff, everybody. 82% of our students completed the STAR reading test last week in advisory, and we really are grateful for everybody's effort. If you didn't test, you're going to get a chance to again. But if you did, we're going to talk a little about your scores today. So listen, I know I've taken certain tests or been in a class, and I was really nervous about finding out how I did. I just didn't want to know. Maybe I wasn't feeling confident. So we get it. I totally get it. But ultimately, you're going to be better off knowing what's up. So we're going to encourage you to follow what the sloth says. Knowledge is power, right? Now, it's really important to keep in mind, the STAR test is not about how smart you are or about how well you learn. All it is a way to find out where you were as a reader on that particular day, right? And so we're going to go into Renaissance Learning like we usually do on the Schoology page, only this time you're going to choose My On, okay? Now, please respect each other's privacy with your scores. You don't have to share this with anybody. If you're comfortable sharing it, talking about it, great. But if somebody's not, please let them have their space with it, okay? Because this is, can be uncomfortable stuff sometimes. When you get onto My On, you're going to see a bunch of numbers. And the one you probably want to pay attention to most is the one here at the green arrow, which is your ATOS ZPD, which is like your reading range. Complicated way of saying that. 7.3 would probably be your highest reading level. So that's like a seventh grader at the third month. And this is just to know on that day when you tested, that's the range that it came up with. And so when you get reading books, if you can read within this range, that's a really good thing. You'll improve as a reader. And when you do get an accelerated reader book in the library, it's going to keep track. This program will keep track of how much you're reading and all that cool stuff. But we want to learn more. So please go to the red arrow where it says See More. You don't have a red arrow, but when you go to See More, it's going to show you a whole history of any time you've tested on STAR. And so you can look at Lexile, or you can look at that reading range numbers. And that's what I would look at. So you'll see that here, when the student first took the test back in 2020, they scored around a 9th grade level. They dropped a bunch. And so something must have been going on for them. And, we have bad days, and we also get distracted, and maybe who knows? So sometimes things drop. Then it went up, almost back up to 8th grade. And here it's, for the last time they tested, it was around the middle of the 7th grade level. So it's just to know that things change. When you think of yourself as a reader, though, I want you to think of that higher number, because if you scored it once, that means you can score it again. It's not by luck or by accident, okay? By the way, down here shows when you took the test. So we want to make sure, if you are a Spanish speaker, like you're in ELD 1 or ELD 2, you are going to have a chance to take the test in Spanish in your ELD class, so you can talk to your teacher about that. And you're way cooler than I am, because you're way more bilingual than I am. So I admire and respect you for that. If you were absent last week, you can take it on your own. I'm posting no teacher needed STAR directions in Schoology for everybody. If you're feeling sort of like surprised in a good way or disappointed, remember, you can take the test again in January. You're going to take it again in January and at the end of the year. If you feel like you were having a really off day last week, you could take it again. I'm cool with that. But everybody needs to complete a Google survey your teacher's going to give you right now, and that'll give us information about that, okay? Remember, there are a lot of things you can do at school to become a better reader. Always reading the text teachers assign, annotating, talking about them, doing your independent reading, because, when reading's super important. Remember to follow us, RHS Writers Read on Instagram. We'll have prizes and raffles. And remember that when writers read, writers achieve. Thanks, everybody. I'm trying to shut down my share.